The core values of the APCA Group is really partnerships. When we look at our success over the last 27 years, whether it be by virtue of our people or by virtue of our clients or the community, what we have always understood is it's about helping people achieve objectives in their life, whether it be, like I said, through the activities of going in the field and building and running an office, or whether it's our partners, such as clients and NGOs around the world that help thousands and thousands or millions of people globally. The APCA Group has always been about creating success in our partnerships and helping them achieve the objectives that they want out of their own lives or out of their own business objectives. The APCA Group is the world leader in face-to-face advertising in 27 different countries around the world and representing hundreds of different clients and organizations around the world. We are the world leaders in what we do. Having perfected the concept of the human commercial and taking those commercials to millions of people around the world, that is effectively what the APCA Group does better than anybody else in the globe. We have the highest volumes, the most number of people, and the best quality sales force in the world, and that's what our clients are constantly buying into and benefiting from. The group is effectively the same business model, consistent through all 27 countries around the world. And I think that, here in Spain, the opportunities are endless. When you look at the Spanish economy, which is emerging from a very, unfortunately, a very dark period in its history, it creates opportunities for businesses like ours. As businesses are trying to now grow, gain market share, make their businesses more profitable, inevitably they're turning to companies like ours and have turned to the APCA Group because of the track record that we have here in Spain over the last 15 years. I think the biggest competitive advantage that APCA Group has, both here in Spain and globally over its competitive, is training. The amount of money that we invest in training, whether it be domestically, flying people all over the world, having them visit other offices, having the access to a global network, and the information and the advantage that brings is huge. Our business is growing here in Spain because we're not just a Spanish company. Experiences that we have from Australia or America or Japan or any number of other countries inevitably weighs heavily on our experience here too. So it's not like just in Spain we're just learning from each other domestically, but we're learning from the collective experiences of over 15,000 people in 27 countries around the world. And that makes a massive difference to our operations here and around the world. I think the biggest challenge for me was always trying to just maintain the discipline to be able to run this business at a high level. Every time you do something that you've never done before, you always doubt yourself. You wonder if you're going to be able to do it. You put pressure, inevitably, you put massive amounts of pressure on yourself to succeed. And I'm a competitive person. I always want to do well at something no matter what it is and no matter what I've turned my hand to. And I think, when I first started recruiting people and I started opening offices and we started opening countries, I was always in uncharted territory, things I'd never done before. As a 22-year-old, when I started this company, I didn't have years of experience. I didn't have anybody else that I could refer to. My parents were working people. I didn't come from a wealthy background where my father taught me how to run a company. I had to learn it a lot through trial and error. And I think, the successes in life are always very, very easy because, when you have success, you inevitably feel good about what you've done. But I think when you have negatives or challenges that you need to overcome, that's where the difficulties arise. And it was just being able to maintain my enthusiasm, and sometimes in kind of like my darkest hours, if you will, over the years, I think just reminding myself of how much I'd achieved already in a positive way, and that sort of made me believe I could just do it again and again and again. And I think that even now, as we're growing, there's an inevitability that we're always going to be facing new challenges, and I look forward to them and will continue to work as hard as I can to overcome whatever doubts of myself I've got. I think what the APCA Group's done for me, as it's done for thousands of other people, is just given us choices. Money doesn't buy happiness. I don't think anybody should ever suggest that it does. But it does give you the ability to make choices in life that a lot of people may not have the opportunity to do. The fact is that I think when I've watched many of our owners be able to buy things for their parents or look after their loved ones or be able to look after their spouses and their children, that's really the core values, I think, or one of the most important things that we're the most proud of. Of course we're proud of what we've achieved for our clients and helping members of the community, but most importantly what we're proud of the most is what we've done for our own people. I've watched people that had never managed people before all of a sudden run global businesses. And what that's afforded them really is the privilege to be able to make choices in their lives. And everybody's wired differently. Some people are more material in nature, some people want to travel, some people just like job security or being able to look after their families. As they might be a bit older, they might have parents that are now retired. And I think that particularly here in Spain, which is so family orientated, the ability to be able to do things for your family and for your loved ones is the most powerful thing you'll ever do in your life. And one of the things that'll give you the most senses of self-satisfaction. And for me, that's it. Being able to help my parents as they got very old is something I'm probably more proud of than any other business achievement. Being able to now help my children go to great schools and have choices in their life that they wouldn't have without this company, to me, is what has always driven me and will continue to do so. The plans for the future are very simple. You know, APCO's created this incredibly simple system that works in any language, in any country, and for any client or any partner that we may find. I think the opportunities for us in the future really lie not only in the existing business areas, but particularly in areas such as home efficiency, in energy conservation, and certainly within fundraising and other areas. I mean, what we've done here in Spain, for example, with FW1, has taken us into an entirely new product area such as car care and automotive care. And I think really our only limitation is not only just our imagination, but our willingness to be flexible and sort of, I guess, embrace or be enthusiastic about any product or service. Years ago, we never thought we would be in energy or in telecommunications or financial services. Those things just seem so completely out of our reach relative to our abilities. But many years later, as we've gotten better, as our owners, as the people in the field have improved, that is always creating new opportunities for us. The sports division, which is hugely successful in Southeast Asia and Australia, will inevitably come here to Spain. Home efficiency will come to Spain. The car care business, which you guys have perfected really in this country, is now going to be exported to other countries. That really covers off, I think, where the products lie. On the other hand, however, let's talk more about where Spain's going. I mean, the fact is, there is a captive audience not too far from here called South America with hundreds and hundreds of millions of people where we could really capitalize on it from a Spanish point of view. Thinking that one day more and more of our owners will leave Spain and run countries in South America is an inevitability. We're simply waiting to find the right people that can help us get there. So I think we've never had a brighter future than we do today. I think the company is stronger than it's ever been before, and we will continue to build on that strength no matter what division or product area or country that we work in, and I really look forward to it. For the people watching this video, just remember, your decisions are what's going to ultimately affect your own future, and I hope APCO helps you achieve what you want. In doing so, you're going to help us achieve what we want, and it's a win-win all the way around, and that's what APCO's always been about.